Hello, and welcome everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Membership start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some cool emotes. If you're interested in becoming a member of any of our games, we do have open slots available in the Friday early and the Friday evening campaign. The Friday early is going to be a brand spanking new campaign as soon as we get one more player involved. We need one more person, and then we can finally fire off a brand new session. Oh, I've been waiting months for this. And if you're interested in joining our only epic level campaign that I'm currently running, that is the Friday evening one. We're starting at 19th level. Well, starting is relative. Everybody's playing recurring characters, more or less. And they are exploring the astral sea and organically traveling to every plane of existence through there to see what they can discover and pursue personal goals. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you want the most epic of story and tale, that is the only way you're going to be able to get that. That's going to be all my shameless self-promoting, though. Go ahead and give us that recap, Kat.
So, we had previously been plane shifted right into the second layer of hell. And at the moment that we are shifted, we are surrounded by a swarm of abyssal chickens. To start with, we are looking at a gigantic pit full of magma with a chain across it. And we make the decision that we're going to run. We're not going to try and fight all of these swarms. So, to help with that, somebody casts haste on Bartakov. Kat grabs Somebody and dimension doors across the pit of magma. And sets up posts at the end of the chain with a plan that ultimately will not work. But Glenn makes his way with his flying boots, and Monkey makes his way as fast as he can. Seemingly allowing Cloud to kind of do his own sort of thing. As we make our way across, it looks like everyone has made it across, but at that time, Glenn has to stop to cover for the rest of us to make a run for it, because we're not fast enough to outrun the rest of the groups. So as we start to make that run for it, somebody realizes he's going to need some help moving quickly, and drops haste on Bartakov, and polymorphs himself into a vulture. And so as Bartakov is sliding down his shield downhill, he's paralyzed and stunned from losing haste. So Kat tries to help Monkey by dimensioning door him down the way, but she calculates the height a little too far, and they both fall and start to tumble. So, everyone is sliding down, the hill, having trouble getting their footing. Glenn is soloing against like 8 different groups of chickens. And then as people start to right themselves, Bartakov actually slams into the outside of a door that we find as we're running, and looks like it's to the gate of the city. So he slams to the door. Everyone else makes their way inside. Kat grabs him and dimension stores him another 10 feet inside. And then Monkey is able to help close the door. Glenn is looking very rough by the time that we make it in through that door. When we go inside, we find a man that is chained to a wall, and we find out that he is suffering because he was willing to sacrifice his followers for his own personal power. There's an imp in there who is very helpful for us. He informs us about the man, and even though we were thinking about letting him go, we decided not to. He asks us what we are doing in this Bater, and Kat, remembering that this Bater is probably one of the few devils who is actually fairly loyal to Asmodeus, she says that they are there to eliminate a plague that is started by someone trying to undermine Asmodeus. So, The imp turns into a chain devil and says that we are able to, we are welcome to do our business and eliminate the threat, and even gives us some advice to go to the Foils Pit, which is probably one of the few places in the Spectre that are welcoming to mortals. So as we go, we do pass a large variety of devils, including people who are working on a farm that is harvesting maggots. As we go, we do draw the attention of a large hairy creature who does confront us about why we're in Despater, and Bartakov is able to intimidate him into leaving us alone. When we arrive at the Foils Pit, we learn that they are willing to only accept a platinum as like the minimum currency. And we agree to it. We go in, and there is a tiefling sitting at the table, who takes an interest into us. His name is Scratchworth. As we decide to go ahead and sit at the tables next to him. And Bartakov strikes up a conversation asking about the translation rate between platinum and soul coins. We realize that he is willing to kind of help us in a way, like he's kind of making a deal sort of thing. He does come over and sit with us, and is willing to trade some information in a way, because he realizes that there are people down here who are going to be making bets whether or not we make it out alive. So by giving us some inside information, he's helping the odds of us surviving, which is also more money back into his pocket. Somebody asked about the trader that he's supposed to consume the soul of, and it turns out that there is a tower in the northeast corner. That is where he'll be able to find that. We also further negotiate to try to find any information we can on the one who is causing the plague. He does tell us that in the southwest corner, in the Pit of Despair, which sounds like such a fun place to be, there is a demon that is housed and contained from the Celestial War, and it is shedding moths into a pit. Every manner of diseases and curses are around it, and it is likely that whoever is causing the plague is using those moths as a focus. While we were there, I can't remember the name of the creatures. Abashi, there we are. There are several Abashi who are in the bar as well, and they're playing games, card games, and it turns out that one is using an invisible imp to cheat. So Samdi is still also searching for the recipe that Mama Vusi asked for him. So to cause some trouble while we are, hanging out, he exposes that the one is cheating. So the Abashi get into a big fight, and there's several different colors of them. We realize that the cat's watching this and trying to learn as much as she can about potential enemies, potential allies. She realizes that the red one has some magic and is the strongest. The white is the weakest. And also taking an insight into that, it probably could handle pretty much all of the party minus Bart and his smites. It would be a pretty close one. However, the red one gives Samdi a scroll that allows him to find out where the person is for the recipe. So we debate a few minutes about whether we are going to go rest first, or if we're going to go ahead and try and go into the Pit of Despair. And It is sitting in that tavern that we were left.
Alrighty. So, the bar fight has concluded. Samdi was given the information he was looking for by the red Abashi that he seems to have assisted. It's at this point, Reese, you've been away from the party for a little while. You found your own way into the city to avoid all of the flying death chickens. And now, you stumble upon them inside of this tavern that they all seem to be residing in. The imp that is escorting you all around, showing you how to get here.
I'm using the hat of disguise right now to make myself appear as my form when I'm in my transformation.
All right.
So I don't stick out too much.
Much more tiefling-esque.
Yeah.
So, you look over and you see all of your allies at the table. Everybody recognizes Reese in his tiefling quote-unquote form.
You guys made it in.
We did, and we have some information on where we're going to go.
Really?
Turns out that our best bet is going to be the creature that is held in the pit of despair.
So it's a creature in the pit of despair. That's what's causing the moss?
It's shedding moths, and likely someone is harnessing that to power the plague. The only problem is that many of the entrances through the caves and such in the mountains are well guarded. The chains themselves holding the creature in place are not so much. It seems that will be our way in.
So we're going to be climbing up some chains.
Correct.
Okay. Sounds good. So how do are we just going to go in there and are we going to go in there and just kill the creature, or are we going to break a chain, have it drop?
I think it's a good place as any to start, because it does seem to match the description of what we're kind of looking for, right? So might as well check it out.
I concur.
I think that once we get there, we'll be able to see if there is anyone, if it's the creature itself, or if it is someone using the moths that are off of it.
Sorry
Okay.
about that. I'm back.
No worries.
Well, then you have my full undivided attention.
Also, were we able to get a short rest in, Joey?
At the table, yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
Just a short rest, everybody.
all I need.
I look how messed up everyone is, and I'm like, oh.
Mostly Glenn is messed up.
Yeah.
Everyone else took some others took a little bit of something, but
Like pop slide back in.
Meanwhile, Sandy's immaculate.
as
think
he
if I'm
always
the
is.
politically correct term is a vertically challenged rest.
God damn it, Chris. Oh, you son of a bitch. What do I...
I think for the most part, the rest of us suffered more from the hill than we did from the chickens.
Yeah, a flock of, some of y'all have been chased by chickens, and I can tell you it shows.
Let's see. Bloodwell Vial.
Yeah, it is not the first time that Catherine had a swarm of cock flying at her face.
Are you ever gonna let
At
that
least
go?
I've had some interest.
Who's
In
to say
chickens?
I haven't? Too busy cleaning up after your murderous messes to get any.
I'm going to expend exactly one hit die to gain the effects of my Bloodwell Vial. To gain back 5 sorcery points.
So I guess in the off chance that we get separated again, do we have a place to reconvene at? I think it was like a
Here.
place of operation.
I think
Here.
here would be good. From the imp that was at the entrance to the city told us this was probably our safest place to be.
Okay. Is there like rooms?
It is an inn, right? There's inns with
It's a tavern, so yes.
That's what I heard.
Taverns usually have a few rooms available. In here, they have exactly 3. They have servants' quarters, they have security quarters, and they have first-class accommodations.
And I do have a quick question, Joey, about a mechanic.
Sure.
As I'm sitting here, for contingency to work, do I have to be awake?
Depends on what you set your contingency to.
I was thinking that if I were to fail death saves enough to die, that I would cast Gentle Repose beforehand, like as I was going.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, you can set that up like that.
So that way I'm like, I reserve myself.
Usually we go by like an HP threshold. So like say you go under 20% of your health. Pop.
Can you cast Gentle Repose on a living?
Oh, Gentle Repose. Sorry, I heard the spell wrong.
If I were to die, make me beautiful in death.
Well, it's more or less like instead of.
I'm aware of the effects. I'm just making a joke.
Yeah,
Preserve my body and when
the
love's
circumstance
true
when
kiss.
you cast the 2 spells. For example, blah blah blah. The contingency spell takes effect immediately after the circumstance is met for the first time, whether or not you want it to do, and then contingency ends.
Yep. So on the first save or at 0 or whatever she wants to set it at.
Gentle repose when you die. Okay.
You know, the cynic in me would place fireball on that situation.
Just
Fuck.
but centered on you.
Level 7 fireball.
If I'm going down, I'm taking you with me.
Well, listen, if that was the case, then I would do something that Buttercup wasn't immune to.
Wow.
Taking you with me.
I have a simple solution. Be like that fucking scribe, a wizard. So you can change the effect, or you can change the element.
Scribe wizard is interesting. Alright, are you guys done doing your short rest stuff?
Yes.
There should be a button that you push and it does most of it for you.
Almost.
Okay. Oh, that's a better die.
And that puts me at close enough.
Still looking a little bit rough, but I'm okay. I can keep going.
Do you need to pick me up?
You know that might be a little helpful as he puts some skin back on.
I'm gonna cast a level 3 Cure Wounds.
All right.
Give you a little pick me up.
Make sure you all keep in mind that your hit dice, you only regain half of your total every long rest.
18.
Nice. Thanks. Everything helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, I only used like 3, so we're good.
Just the 1.
I just
No.
my curiosity is how somebody walks through everything just unscathed, just that slow like boop boop doop boop doop, and it's perfectly fine.
The secret ingredient is cowardice.
We're fighting that demon, those 2 demon lord things that you sent. He was gone. Remember that?
The secret ingredient is pretending you are slow.
Self-preservation.
Nobody expects the lizard to bolt off.
Speaking of which, Sandy, and I'm gonna cast Gift of Alacrity on you.
All right, I will note that down.
Alrighty.
Well, so lead the way on this crusade.
All right, let me take a look at that map. see if I can pin a good route for us to get to the pit of despair.
Roll me a survival check, please.
Can I assist him?
Are you proficient?
Yes.
Then yes.
And I'm gonna use
I lived
knowledge
in the
from a
desert
past
most of
life.
my life.
Doesn't mean you know how to survive. Actually, I think that specifically means you know how to survive. Yeah.
Each. Oh well.
Can I
That's a
guidance
22.
him? Oh, it's wait.
Oh, sorry.
Are we
I
upset
was
about a
quick on the
20?
It's
gun.
all good.
It's 22.
Oh, we love 22. So, looking at this map, the quickest route is through the main streets. Walking down here, walking down here, walking over to here. However, there's a few of these towers which seem like they would be points of interest, especially for individuals like yourselves who clearly stand out within the Hells. And you start trying to map out a way that you could walk through some of the different buildings in order to get to your destination a bit more appropriately. Now, there are two options. Do you want to walk closer towards one of the active volcanoes here in order to have leveled ground to walk upon to get to, hopefully, the chains and travel? Or do you want to go where there aren't any volcanoes, but it's a much steeper slope for everybody to climb upon? I will
Glenn's the
allow
one
you
leading
all
us,
to
Yeah. So Glenn is definitely going to hit those points of interest along the way, and he's going to take that route. He's not going to tell anybody about that. He's like, this is definitely the best way to go. You know, we got to sightsee a little bit on our way over, but he will mention that. Okay, so it looks like we got two options. We could take the active volcano route and then be on level ground over to the chains, or we could take a route through the town and then it's a steep hill up with no volcano.
Yeah, vote for the steep hill.
I have already used my wings for today, so
Well,
it's
if
going
you
to
need
be
to
difficult for
fly-
me to climb.
If you need to fly, I can give you that access to that. If that's
Appreciate
something
that.
you're concerned about.
Yep, burn more spells before we get there.
It's not a spell. It's an instrument.
It's not a spell, it's drugs.
It's drugs.
Drugs.
It's music. It's the sound of
Drugs.
music.
Drugs.
I miss that character.
Drugs.
I miss
What if-
Mermit.
One of Carl's greatest drugs.
Joey, are there any flying type devils around us?
I mean, there's some imps, yeah.
I mean, larger ones.
Like in the air, like things float.
Well,
yeah,
right-
like,
Right now inside of the tavern, I mean, the Abashi have been flying around pretty cleanly. There's been these dominatrix-looking devils as well flying around.
Oh shit.
We've already
That
seen
Bart
an
definitely
Arius.
would have noticed.
Yeah. If
yeah,
it's
that
an errand,
sounds
yes,
like the more likely target.
Excuse me,
just
Mommy,
missed out.
Mommy, can you help me?
Pick me up.
And walk over to the. Are they chain devils, whip devils? Or
Chain devils are the ones surrounded. The barkeep is the chain.
Yeah. Oh no, they're Iriniers, aren't they? The
Arrhenius,
Arrhenius?
yeah, the mommy ones.
Well, there's none inside of this tavern. You've just seen them flying around.
Okay.
Yeah. This tavern seems to be mostly lower level devils with a few of the Abashi. And because of that, it seems safer for humanoids to be here.
Okay. Bart's he's gonna look over everyone and like, I'll be right back. Let me try and find us some kind of transportation. And he's just gonna step outside and try and hail the largest flying creature he can see.
Roll
The
persuasion.
minute he's
Just before
sorry.
he leaves, I'm going to attach my comms to him. It's just like, I'm not quite judging you yet, but know that I will laugh at you.
And then I'm gonna hit you with the guidance before you leave and go. You need all the help you can get for whatever you're about to do.
Oh, you say persuasion, Joey?
Yes, persuasion. How do you hail one of these flying dominatrix goddesses?
He shows a bit of leg.
He already is. You know his outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just stands outside, looks around, sees one flying at like a low-ish level, and he just shouts up, "Excuse me, madam, could I trouble you for a moment, please?"
The Arrhenius is flying through the air carrying a bag. Looks down over at you. Looks around. Then just points at herself questioningly.
Duh.
She floats down suspiciously and hovers about 10 feet off the ground from you.
Look, this is going to sound very forward and weird, but my friends and I are in need of some help, and none of us can fly. Are you opposed to the idea of trading some coin for transportation services?
Do you have a soul coin? Is Bart aware of the soul coin?
I'm aware that we have it. I
Okay.
don't know whether I know that Sandy sold it.
He didn't sell it.
Didn't he trade it for some information?
He was going to, but he backed out of the deal because he thought it wasn't worth it.
Okay. You know, I think we might just.
Well, introduce me to your friends.
Would you like to follow me inside?
She lowers herself down onto the ground, and it's at this point you notice the bag in her hand is leaking blood. Sure.
Fine. And yeah, he'll like gesture his arm out, consider guiding her by the waist, think better of it, and
She
That's
wanders.
my type.
She wanders inside, and you take note of the only two weapons she has on herself. What appears to be a longsword and a whip.
oh yeah, we've had close personal contact with an Arrhenius before.
As she lowers herself and wanders inside, everybody looks over at the Arrhenius, and she looks around the area, clearly loving the attention from everybody in here. I assume those little mortals over there are your friends?
A sharp eye. Sorry, we might stand out a little.
She wanders over to you, Reese, and leans down over the table, which puts everybody's eyes into uncomfortable territory and not knowing where to look.
It's just dead eyes. Yes.
I assume these mortals are yours?
They're here of their own free will.
What are you, their escort?
A little bit, something like that. More of their diplomat, in a way.
At this point, your imp appears. Oi, hi, yeah, oh, I'm the escort. Hi, how are you?
Yeah.
Reaches off to shake the hand. Pleasure. Hi.
This is Helion.
Helion. Pleasure to meet you, little imbecile. So, you all have a coin and you need some help getting somewhere outside of your little reach.
You understand the situation perfectly.
To Bardakov. Bardakov, what did you tell her?
In this like three-way conversation we're having mentally, I said, he promised a soul coin.
I did not promise anything. She asked if we had one. I said, I think so. Let's check with my friends. And besides, there was some kind of exchange rate here. I'm sure we could work something out with the bar.
Allow me to see your coin.
I'm good. You can look at their coin.
God damn it.
And she's holding her hand out to Reese.
No, it's not me that owns that. That statement was for. It's for someone else here.
She'll look at everybody,
So-
hold her hand out to Katarine, assuming that's the next leader in line.
Sam D opens his mouth and just extends the soul coin on the tongue.
Oh, that's so nasty. Oh.
That cannot be healthy keeping that there.
She'll pick it up with just her very
Tastes like
long,
suffering.
well-catered nails. Well, the coin is dirty, to say the least. But it seems to not have been utilized at all yet. Sure. I could get you all to get a little higher in the air when you need to. At least for a day.
And what will they call you?
Oh, you won't. So which of you needs the ability of flight for today?
I do.
Bart, Katarine, anybody else want to be able to fly?
Nah, girl, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm good.
Would literally
anyways.
transform into a vulture and carry one of you.
Very
Well,
well.
carry both.
I'll take this coin and I'll give the two of you wings.
The agreement wasn't struck yet. Just stating before you make any assumptions here.
Oh, I'm so very sorry. Is
That
this
is
not...
between you and the contractors, not me. But the contractors did not agree to any kind of contract yet. So, make the statement with them.
Simple enough. I'll give two of you wings for 24 hours. In return, you grant me this coin and I keep it as long as I desire.
Are we happy to give up the coin, friends?
That's between you guys.
Don't need it.
Yeah, I don't need it. I like my people to be make their own decisions.
I don't know. My concern is what if we get trapped there and can't get out? There's.
We just have to do it in less than 24 hours.
Well, and there ain't much we haven't been able to. There ain't much that we haven't been able to do. So I imagine we get up there, we can get out. There's no sense in being pessimistic like.
So do you guys want the wings then?
I don't see it as pessimistic. I see it as guarantees.
We're in hell. And guarantees are going to be few and far between.
Yeah, it looks like our options are climbing. Well, for you guys, climbing, or we go the volcano rat that Glenn was talking about. Or you can get the wings.
So we do have a time crunch in this dimension too.
Exactly. So more reason to do things with haste.
I'll make the deal on their behalf.
Sound D is going to, as this is all happening, is going to mentally speak to Bardakov. You're going to owe me.
We get another soul coin. It's yours.
Yeah. I tell them I'll make the deal on their behalf. They agree.
Deal. She sticks her hand out to you.
It's like, I'll make deals.
You shake, and you see the intricate burn mark of a whip wrap around your wrist.
Oh no. Anyway.
At this
Expected.
moment, when she does, I need a con save from Bart and Katarine.
Oh. Oh
Remember,
no.
be a +4 cat.
Also, I don't remember, is it really Jack or is it really Glenn or neither for the real name?
I'm I'm going to use a point
I'll
of
message you.
lucky
I'll message you.
Okay.
on Kat, since it looks like she needs it.
Bart needs to. Okay.
I rolled higher.
Cat has a 17.
Yeah.
I got a 12.
Oh,
flat.
but you have the aura too.
Yes,
Yeah,
I have
His
a
is
17.
that's already
calculated.
included in mine.
Yeah, she
Oh,
rolled a
but Kat's is-
17.
Oh,
Bart rolled a
yeah.
12.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm gonna use lucky on Bardakov. Yeah, Bardakov.
Yeah.
Go
Why,
ahead, Bart.
thank you.
15.
There we go. A little
Much
bit better.
better. The two of you feel this very hot, burning sensation on your back as you both are forced to lean forward and grunt through the pain as you slowly and painfully feel your back bones starting to break and extend into long bat wings that can carry both of you.
That is not the sensation I'm used to.
Yeah. Ouch, but also, fuck yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a very good O face.
Hey, if anything,
Well-
Bart is proficient in making O faces while in pain.
Expertise. Like, double the proficiency on any ability.
Well, if these look as good on me as they do on you, Kat, we're in business.
Thank you very much for the transaction. May I give you a little fair warning? It's
Of course.
best that you don't beckon an Arrhenius or anyone of my rank so informally next time. Some get disgruntled about that and may take that as an insult. I, for one, find it amusing.
Well, if you're ever amused, you're welcome to find me in the material plane, and we can work some arrangement out.
I would love an opportunity to come there.
Of course. Just say that. Just let me know when and where, and if you want to find me, I'm sure you will.
I will. She opens up her bag, and when you look inside, you see that it's a breathing head of what appears to be an elf, and she drops the coin on top of the head and just ties the bag back up. You all see the mouth of the elf just mouth the word help.
Ah,
Nah.
Santi just shakes his head.
I'm assuming he owes you.
Not anymore.
I give her a gesturing bow, and I go, "It was a pleasure."
Indeed. Thank you for your assistance. You have my gratitude.
If you
That sounded
need
crazy
more
today.
assistance around here, go to any of the butcher shops and ask for Nana.
Banana. Perfect. Thank you. I really
You have
need
a name of reference or a code? That way.
Nana.
Just Nana. Okay.
If you know who to ask for, they know you're looking for me.
No.
Hey,
That
hey,
was
hey.
like none your
No
business.
jokes.
Goodbye.
Be right back.
Oh, we lost him again.
Yep. Curse of the monkey.
It happens. Your joke scared him away.
Oh no. We were followed by an abyssal chicken.
Oh no. Hey man, as someone who grew up in a
know
Hispanic
that.
household, some of y'all haven't been chased by chickens, and it shows. Okay,
Have what?
haven't been chased by chickens, and it shows. Just saying.
Oh no, I've been chased by chickens.
Yeah, the route.
Yeah,
Mostly
they're
the roosters.
I spent a few
Oh,
years of
God.
my life on a reservation, so yeah, it's happened.
I've chased a bucket.
Again, Jess, I'm sure chasing after Cox was your favorite pastime.
So, for the two of you, you
Jesus.
both gain a fly speed equal to your walking speed without
Mhm.
the ability to dash with them.
Gotcha.
And you have that for 24 hours. And at this point, all of you have been in hell for about, I'd say 4 hours total. Walking time, speaking, conversing, all of that.
I
Which
tell
leaves you with
guys all.
44 left.
So, I didn't get a chance to tell you before, but the thing is, here in the Hells, they take pleasure in corrupting those who have like pure intent. So most of us are
We're
good
probably
on that,
fine.
right? But there's a
Uh-oh.
reason why I made that deal with you before, Kat, right? Your morals will be tested here, right? So just be aware, they smell celestial. They know you're celestial.
I
So they will
understand.
come for you. So just be aware of that. In regards to our
Very
deal,
aware.
by the way,
Hmm.
I can see my end being at the end of either that spear, kind of pointing towards Bardakov, or impaled multiple times. Either way, I'm going to end up here. So when it comes to dark dealings here, my soul's already going to end up here. So if we need someone as a martyr in the hellscapes, I got you. But in regards to our deal, I need you to give this to my daughter, and if there's a chance I don't come back here, and I hand you a journal. The stipulation is don't open it,
That is
Don't
something
read
I
it.
can do.
and then our deal is concluded.
I'm more than happy to take that on.
Okay.
Andres, thank you for brokering that deal for us. I realized as I walked outside that I can't actually commit to any deals myself.
If you're gonna talk, let me know, and I can give you the ability to speak to them. Remember, I'm here to make you guys better.
Give Bart the tongues. Yes.
It's not that, I'm just literally banned
Oh,
from
he wants
making
the
infernal
tongues.
deals.
Yeah, he's connected to too powerful a demon.
Yeah.
And devils and demons don't like cross dealing with one another.
Don't cross the streams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One
My
is gasoline
fear-
and one is fire. You don't put them
It's
together.
It's like being the child in a messy divorce.
Yes, that is actually the perfect analogy of Bart's entire life.
So
Yeah, that's like his whole life. It's
Yeah.
poor guy.
classic Bart.
Mhm.
My concern though, if I transform here, right, my power comes from here. So I don't know if what will happen. I don't even know if the rules to me being shunted applies here, because I, for the most part, dabble so much in devil that I'm becoming one myself. So only time will tell.
Interesting.
So just keeping that a little bit forthright with you all here.
So, so Kat's thinking, would it be reasonable to assume that if they were ever in a celestial plane, the same would happen for her?
You can make any assumption you would like.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay, so now we're going. So Glenn, now that we have the ability to fly for those two, I'm sure you can lead us whatever way you want.
Right. Well, there's some interesting sites I might want to check out. So I'll just point us along the way. Come on, this way. And I'm gonna start trying to maneuver us through this.
Alrighty. As you all are stepping out of the tavern and starting to wander your way through, can you show me the route that you plan on taking everybody? Because I showed you multiple different options. There. So getting up to the Iron Tower.
And then from there, I guess we'd go to...
I mean, I can fly, so my preference is just...
Do we have time to stop by the... Nah, we'll just go straight.
Between my power of teleportation, fly, and dimension door, I'm fine.
I didn't want to waste those sorts of spells.
No, I get it. I'm privileged enough to have that come from the instrument. So
Seems like the most direct route.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you know, giant Tower of Evil. Why not check it out? Seems like a good tourist destination.
oh,
I want to check out what's it called? This one. This one is kind of backtracking a little bit, so we'll skip that and check out this one too.
So regarding last time, Joey, you told me that I, for the most part, am pretty knowledgeable on the planes, right? Specifically the hellscape. Is that true?
You're knowledgeable about the political system and the dealings of hierarchy here. You're not knowledgeable about like the specifics of like transportation, local law of each of the planes. You're also knowledgeable about.
And can I make the assumption that that's the obsidian tower in the center?
The tower that is so large you could see it from anywhere on Dis. Yes.
I
Who would have thought?
I explained that the obsidian tower is where the ruler of this planescape is.
Interesting.
So, since we're heading that way,
Call me a coward, but I'd rather avoid going near there.
yeah. So if
We're
he's
not
anything like me, more
tourists
than
here.
likely, whoever his birds are here have alerted that there are new people in town. So yes, I would highly encourage us not to go towards the obsidian tower.
It's only a minor sidetrack, right? And somebody's gonna point. We could just
Yeah.
go down this road and quickly cut over to the main road.
Okay.
That works too. Then.
Everyone happy with that route?
Yep, I feel like it does.
Well then, as you all begin wandering through the streets, are you just walking willy-nilly through them?
I have my transformation, so
I feel a little bit better having bat wings put on. So the only question is if everyone else is concerned about being seen.
yeah. I mean, if you guys dress a little bit more skimpy, you guys can come up as cambions or succubi. You know, you'll be alright.
You want me to dress more skimpy?
Sandy looks over. Are you sure?
Well, crocodile. Unfortunately
I've
for
been
you,
waiting
you stick
for
out like a
this
sore
one.
thumb.
Unclips the nipples and the just pulls away, revealing the abs.
You have nipple pockets. Just
just
open up the
twist-
hatch.
He twists the molded nipples, and the ab plate falls away, folds up, and it's now just the chest plate.
Reese is just staring at it like, yo, where were those? You did cheese on those. Like, that's crazy.
And
It's fun.
Cat will pat their belly and just be like, and you lost a good bit working out with Gabriel too, so look at you.
It's actually rather funny. He hides abs behind abs. And as Sandy steps out of the
I'm gonna be the bigger person, and I'm not going to do it, Cat.
Are you? Are you going to be the bigger person?
For now.
So as Sandy steps out, how quick were we walking from the entrance to here?
Pretty slowly. You all were trying to stealth through, you just didn't do a phenomenal job.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get like a time frame, like an hour?
Oh, yeah, it took you roughly hour to get to at that point, moving stealthily.
Do we just want to make our presence known and say fuck right off, or are we actually going to hide? Because we now have two Cambion succubi looking people. Reese, I could transform into a giant hellish vulture.
Are we really going to be able to hide?
Yeah, I mean, that man, I point to his monkey. That guy's walking around with nice type of clothing, which is a normal thing here. That guy, and I point towards Glenn, looks like him.
I think I'll be good.
Yeah, Glenn looks fine. Also, you didn't know this because you weren't here, but Monkey said that he transformed his clothes to look like the same type of clothes as like a tortured soul of a priest.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, so it's like, how far do you want to take the ruse? Because
Cat's already on black, so
yeah. Incubi. That's what it was. Not a campion, an incubi. That's what Bardakov can look like.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
I agree with Reese. Cloud, come on. And I mount Cloud and I sit on Cloud, crisscross applesauce. And we'll float, so that so I'm probably actually lower than normal. I'm going to put my head height about the average height of the group rather than normally towering.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
So we have a flying monk, a dead man, a tiefling, two pair of succubi and incubi, and the hell vulture that has transformed behind them.
Yeah, my farmer looks a lot more Cambion, if you know what that looks like. So that's what
I'm just imagining
I'm going
red.
for. Red horns.
So, as all of you are traveling, by the time you get over to the long road from the Iron Tower itself, this one here, you see that there's a very large amount of individuals on the streets. Wait. No more bar brawl.
Oh, there's music.
Yeah, there's always music. Carl, come on.
No, but like when you join into Roll20, it cuts out until you make a new one.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
there it is.
As you are moving down this long path, this seems to become much more popular and dense in this area. However, you notice the average traveling devil in this landscape seems to be pushed off to the sides instead of wandering in the middle of the street. And then you start to notice why. There's caravans moving through here. There appears to be a very odd-shaped, bulbous creature that is kind of like a human pelt placed over top of an elephant for the body, without any type of trunk or enlarged ears for the head. It is wandering down the road, easily 10 feet tall, with this large, constructed coach on top of it for people to sit on top of. When you look up at that, you see that there appears to be some type of devil up there. Looks tiefling-esque and traveling along the pathway with a few other guards or servants. It's hard to distinguish the two. Behind that individual, there appears to be a carriage that is being pulled by 5 individuals that all have hooks placed into their shoulders as they're walking and pulling the carriage with it. You wander past these first 2, and then you see that there's a much nicer looking carriage that's being led instead by these devilish looking horses. Reese, you would be aware that these horses are nightmares. And the carriage itself is made out of white with green lacing and flowers and things around it. It looks very distinguishably completely out of place around here. The next one that you all see seems to be pulled by these horses made completely out of fire, and it is pulling what appears to be a large square platform that looks more like a military siege carriage than anything else. And a few of the party members recognize the individual sitting on top of it. Paste.
Mahari.
No. A very hulking Ganassi of some variety, Tawahaj. Bart, Kat, and Samdi, all 3 of you recognize him. Wait, Monkey, were you around for Tawahaj?
I'm trying to remember. I know the name, but I don't remember if it was Monkey or someone else that knew Tal'Dorei.
I
was
think
during
Monkey
the,
met him at minimum.
Yeah,
playing the
I think so.
fire.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it was during the fight. Yeah.
Yeah.
In casino.
Sandy in his large bird form is just gonna look around, and what's the vibe of this? Like, is it kind of like a welcoming parade for him, or
Insight check.
Damn it. I wish I wasn't in this form for this. I didn't expect to see someone. What's Vulture? What's Tal'Dorei?
Should have been a druid.
Yes, I could
I
have been
tell
a druid.
myself. I tell myself that I should have just been a druid.
Yeah, it's just a +1. Ten.
The vibe that you're getting is more ceremonial, with a lot of people giving them a large berth of respect. And every caravan that you've seen, whoever is in place inside of it, seems to be here with purpose and emanating an air of prestige towards this.
I guess Bird Zombie just kind of nudges Katarine. Points towards Talahaj.
Interesting. I wonder what he's here for.
Can I just say, as a player seeing all this, I really want to have ropes and chains attached to everyone except for Monkey, and Monkey's like being pulled on Cloud, like Cloud's his little chariot.
Guys, let's try to sneak in. I have the perfect plan.
Cat, it's like that. I mean, like, I would rather die. Like, that's Cat. Like, no.
Monkey doesn't say that out loud, but the player is like, "Oh
But
my god, that would be
Jess.
so cool!" Like,
Jess is down for it.
Prince Ali.
He's got no.
That's interesting. I wonder if Fire Genasi, like, I wonder if this was with a purpose as far as related to ours, or if having such a important person here is the perfect distraction for whoever is using the plague. The timing seems a little suspicious to me.
Joey.
Yeah.
Can I still communicate mentally as the Vulture?
You lose all of your own capabilities and gain the Vulture's capabilities.
Alright, fair.
Yeah.
Just as people are distracted with the parade, Sandy transforms back.
So,
Ugh.
I was wondering why you did that.
I'm allowed to do my own stuff.
Of course.
Just gonna look. How far away is Tal'Dorei at the moment?
good 40 feet or so.
And how far away are people from him?
There appears to be 2 of his servants up there floating around with him. And then the next group inside of all of this, line seems to be like 20 feet back.
Yeah, but like how far is the crowd from up the line?
Oh, a good 20 feet off the road.
Alright. As I walk a bit closer to get within 30 feet of him,
Okay.
I will attempt to mentally reach out.
Wow. Think you connect with him. I will say it is very warm here. Wait, somebody's here.
It's a wondrous occasion to see you again, Talahaj.
Samdi. You are here?
Business. Nothing too major. Just happened to meet an old friend. As he kind of says to your left, as he holds up the scarred hand.
He looks over towards you and gives a polite nod in your direction. And then he recognizes Cat and Bart and Monkey and immediately steps off of his very large war machine. Reese, since Glenn is AFK now, there's a very large fire-looking genie Ganassi of at least noble right moving directly towards you.
I look at around and look at them because they're the ones I've interacted. So I'm saying if they did something wrong,
Monkey will tip his hat in
yeah.
acknowledgement.
Cat will do like the hand on the chest and like a head bow. Tal'Dorei, it's good to see you.
Reese says the same.
Yeah, and Samdi, as he's looking at him walking, he's like, "Oh shit, what's the line again?" Nice. As he looks like, and he raises his hand towards Tal'Dorei and says, "Allow me to introduce Tal'Dorei the Farsighted, a lord in the plane of fire."
Pleasure to meet you, young tiefling.
Horasan. Nice to meet you too.
And he sticks his hand out in front of you with the gesture of you may kiss it.
I do the other thing where I put my hand on I grab his hand and I put my forehead on his hand and I lift up.
This one is far less flirtatious. Bartikov. He opens his arms up. The armor looks magnificent on you.
I can barely stand to take it off.
He gives you
Just
a
get
very
pissed
big
off.
hug.
Absolutely, I return the hug. A big old manly slap on the back. So
Samdi
he
just
gets whole, so I inadvertently just slap his ass.
Yeah, of course.
No,
He's only
as
twice
that's
your size. It's fine.
Yeah.
as that's happening, Samdi
Good game.
says he's very lucky he's immune to fire. Otherwise, this would happen to him.
Yes,
And he
Reese, you
holds-
felt the burn as well off of his skin. He is fire.
As a clarifying note, Samdi's right arm is almost entirely scaleless, as it has been burned heavily.
Lovely.
I'm.
And with Reese's new passive, he would notice that Cat has a burn as well.
Ooh.
Just putting two and two together.
I am so incredibly happy to be seeing my old friends here. It's been some time since that battle.
Has been, and what a battle it was for sure.
It was most entertaining for me. I will say, though, I am quite disappointed you found yourselves in the Hells. If you were going to make an otherworldly deal, I would have preferred you being my servants for the rest of your existence.
And we would have chosen the same if we were in that circumstance, but we are here on temporary business.
Ah. Business as usual with all of you, I assume?
Unfortunately.
Well,
You know what it's like. We can't help ourselves but try to better the world around us, no matter how much we resist.
I understand completely. I'm here on one of these planar dealings. It's most annoying, but hopefully may yield some results in time.
I would certainly hope so, and it seems that you are most literally in your element here.
It's a little warm, actually. He gives you a smile.
It is, I understand. I am quite warm myself. I haven't had this sort of heat since we last visited you.
Slightly different, of course. Hellfire is a completely different substance. I'm trying to expose myself to it so I can build up a resilience to that as well.
That would be useful.
Speaking of...
Go ahead.
Speaking of planar business, since I did not have the chance to meet up with you during the battle, how does your rivalry fare with that? I believe it was a fireworm?
They are currently missing, and because of that there's been a bit of a vacuum. I've been moving up in status within the plane of fire, and as such I am very happy to announce that the Plane of Fire is reaching out to Outer Planes, looking for more influence. Allyship with mortals seems to have been, well, beneficial, mutually, I'd say so. So I figured there may be more opportunity for us.
I think that is a good plan to take. I feel that having allies in surprising places do tend to come in handy.
I agree completely. But unfortunately, I do have to attend this meeting with everyone else. And you've noticed he's now, like, he has stopped the entire caravan because they can't move past his chariot. And he is talking to all of you.
Sandy's just looking at the guy behind him in line, smirking.
And it's funny because, and then somebody gets a message in his head from Kat of, so much for doing this inconspicuously.
But if there's any reason for me to show up and maybe lend an ear or a hand, be sure to reach out to me after I'm done with my dealings.
Absolutely. And how long do you plan to stay here?
Well, I've been invited to this meeting. Shouldn't be longer than a day or so, but if it goes longer than that, I think I'll be here for a week or so.
That's good to know.
You'll recognize my tower. I brought it with me.
I look for the tower.
You look around and then you look straight up in the sky where you can see his large burning estate just hovering.
I missed that
gets
party.
around the 48-hour rule, doesn't it?
It's much more interesting. But anyways, I must be going. It's such a lovely pleasure seeing each of you. And he kisses Samdi's burnt hand. Kat, he kisses your burn mark. He gives Bart another very big hug and shakes Monkey's hand.
I feel like half the people are gone.
Yeah, I know. And it's because of that we're going to go ahead and go on break. Be right back.
Might as well.
Hello, and welcome back, everybody out there in YouTube and D&D land. I hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Before we jump in the action, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All of those things help us out tremendously. If you're interested in supporting our community a little bit further, consider becoming a member here on our YouTube channel. Memberships start at just $2 a month, and you gain access to some cool emotes. If you're interested in any of our games, we do have open slots available. Be sure to reach out and let me know. All right, guys, let's get to it. So, where last we left off, Tawahaj had just excused himself after your random encounter with one of the more powerful entities in the known universe who happens to actually like you guys for some strange reason. Go ahead.
Whoa.
I think that
We all have some interesting friends.
we do, don't we? Is everyone are we ready to make our way then?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
At the
Okay,
very
let's keep
least,
moving.
we'll teach those that saw this not to mess with us for now.
Making our way downtown. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
Make it away.
Alrighty. Well,
So,
yeah,
hmm?
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
As we're making our way downtown, I'm going to open up a connection with Reese.
Yeah.
Hello,
And I'm
crocodile.
going to say, you seem knowledgeable,
Give or take.
at least about Hal.
More of the political standing of it, but yes.
I mean, so, I have a fair understanding of where this comes from, but do you know how a soul coin is made?
Yes, because I have that information written down. Yes, it's from demon deals essentially. It's a soul that is so damned it
Devil.
becomes currency.
Devil deals.
Oh,
Devil deals.
devil deal. It's a devil.
He
It's
says
a
demon,
soul-
he says demon
Sorry, I
specifically to
apologize.
fuck me up.
It's a it's a soul that is so damned it becomes a currency. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jay. I'm going off of what I wrote.
No, yeah, no, you're correct. You're correct.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You are in
I
fact
have
correct.
no doubt that when I die, I will become a soul coin.
And you will fall right into
Well, I'll be a leader.
The-
I don't know.
and whose
Right.
pocket will you fall right into?
Oh. I mean, the goal is to fall in the pocket of Asmodeus himself now, isn't it? Kind of
Hmm.
comes with the whole worshipping him as the great one.
Hmm. It seems like it.
I mean, we hope, because once a soul coin is used, right, there's a chance that soul could also become a devil. So, I mean, we hope to become one.
That is the
end
pyramid
goal.
scheme, isn't it?
What you saw that priest turn into when we fought him, right? That is our end goal.
So he is in fact a devil at that point.
Yes. I have no doubt in my mind that we might even run into him here.
On a hypothetical here,
Mm-hmm.
how valuable do you think a Spalding is?
I myself take great pleasure knowing that I have corrupted and destroyed and damned every one of their soul with every deal I've done, to see them all become nothing more than mere coins at this point. That has literally been my whole job in the time I've been a Spalding.
Reese, I don't think I've ever told you this before.
This is all in his head.
It's mental.
You almost made a friend.
I was gonna say, I was gonna tell Reese.
Made
I
a friend with the whole party.
Like Reese,
I
I've never
tell-
loved you more than in this
Yeah,
moment.
I tell Sandy, I am the monster that makes them become the monster because they are the worst. And my job is to make sure they are the worst. Their small lives, right? It's little. The internal hells is infinite.
I mean, there is a fine outline, but I get what you mean.
My wrath and vengeance is my own in that regard.
So you would say that they're already spoken for.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Their whole current generation and some of them their future generations, unfortunately.
So all that bringing them back from the dead.
Oh, there's deals that are involved. And they
Did you skim a
sacrifice a
little off the
lot
top?
more.
Do you skim a little off the top?
Yeah, they have to pay my rates.
Hmm.
Most of the time I request something absurd and they give it to me. Slowly trickling away at that thread of purity that they have.
If they ever had one.
Maybe at one point they did. Again, I don't blame them for the sins of their fathers, but evil isn't exactly born, it's created, you know?
Alright. Well, the reason why I bring this up as we are walking
Yes.
towards the pit of
Despair.
unending despair,
Mm-hmm.
I am going to need your assistance in something.
Of course.
I need a soul, and I just lost my soul.
You need a
Not-
soul.
I wanted to use that soul coin to trade for a soul.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Okay.
need your expertise with.
My soul.
I'm gonna need your soul. Just
Soul.
On that fun note, I just found out that they're making Mortal Kombat 1, the video game,
I
which
saw
is based
that.
off of the original Mortal Kombat movie. Your
It's
soul is mine.
It's a
you
remake.
had a soul.
Kind of. It's a
mine.
remake based off a remake that's a continuation of the last remake. But
Oh,
it's
that's
still all
beautiful.
the same storyline.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, go. Yeah, sorry, but keep going. Sorry.
Yeah.
I heard your
Mhm.
soul, and my mind just immediately went to
Your
that.
soul.
Mine.
I mean, you got to do some wheeling and dealings for that when it comes to devils. Devils have soul coins here. You just got to do them a solid and ask for that as currency.
Now the question is, what can I do for a demon or a devil in hell?
Devil. That's the big question. I mean, a promise of power. I feel like the main one I see the most is anchors in the material plane. Right?
What are
So
they?
that's right. So that's a known one that I can think of. Right? Dabbing someone else or that devil is another one. Contractual obligations, but I feel like
Yeah.
either party does enough with that.
But if that priest that we met earlier is anything to go by, damning another soul also damns yours.
Yeah. That's why I'm in the boat I'm in.
Good for you.
So
I'd rather keep my soul on this plane. Not this plane, but you know.
I have a strong internal feeling that all of your guys' souls have some obligation to someone else. Except for Monkey. I'm pretty sure it's to himself.
Samdi, you feel a little bird pecking at your tongue.
So, but yes, your best bet is, I don't know, find some devil that is looking for an anchor into the material plane. I mean,
Do I just hold up a sign that says, "Hey, free travel to the material plane"? That's a joke.
no. Maybe that Aranus might be looking. She did mention her interest in the material plane at one point. I'm familiar with her now, so I can send her ascending. See if we can work something out after we're done with this.
Anyway, we should be getting closer to the map now.
Of course. Joey, what do I know about how to anchor a devil to the material plane outside of a planar binding?
Planar binding is pretty much the only way to do it forcibly, meaning against their will.
Mm-hmm.
However, if you are going to attempt to allow them free reign, usually they have to attach themselves to a physical form, which could be you or another person.
Because I assume that's what he's doing with the tower. The Tal'Has. He brought some of the plane with him.
Quite possibly.
So.
Are you proficient in Arcana? You're an expert in Arcana, right?
Yes.
Roll me an Arcana check. Let's see if I can tell you this answer.
Sure. I'll use my in-game advantage for this one.
Sure. What do you get?
27.
Ooh, not bad.
Should guidance it. Oh well.
Yeah, 27. So, the material realm, as well as all of the other realms, are all flying around in the astral sea. So, presumably, he could have just traveled his tower here organically, or he could have made some type of deal or had some type of permission with a higher ranking devil, which would have been at minimum one of the lords, in order to place his tower here.
Okay. Yeah, so you can make yourself an anchor, right? As from what you mentioned.
You can make yourself an anchor to your realm, but you can't make yourself an anchor into another realm.
Okay.
So Arrhenius needs an anchor to the material realm. She would go, Samdi, give me your soul. And Samdi is now her anchor to that realm if that is their deal.
Of course, there would have to be some like negotiations on that. But yeah, I refer that back to you someday. Like, yeah, you would have to use your soul as an anchor, right? But like, you just gotta word it properly that way she doesn't take your soul. Or make someone else's soul your anchor. I don't know. Find some sap who doesn't even know what he's doing.
I could, but again,
Quid pro quo is a thing here.
yeah.
We'll just keep that as a contingency plan. Just look for some poor sap, you know? I'm sure that out of one of these points of interest, there's someone trying to solve something. You guys are pretty good at finding problems.
That's because we are the problem.
Yes.
So.
Can we have... So, just one last thing before we continue. As a statement to everyone, can we just not try and do a revolution here?
Hellish revolution?
No revolution, no.
I express that I am unable to help if you guys are planning to do that, as this dude literally is the second or the most faithful man to my lord. So
You're like, I'm out, fam.
Yeah, there's a reason why he has a flaming skull, a crown for a head on his head. So
alrighty. Well, as you've all been traveling across this large, craggy landscape, you end up now coming across this very strange-looking portion of the massive mountainous exterior to the city of Dis itself. You see on either side of you, off in the distance, are these massive volcanoes that are placed so high in the sky that you see there's just clouds of ash or soot floating around the mouths of these volcanoes that are actively trickling down into the ravine below. As you are looking at that, you look over at the large, very steep-looking portions of this mountainous landscape, and it seems that it's carved and chiseled to be exceptionally sharp. Every single corner and section of it seems to have been made specifically to be razor sharp, meaning climbing it would be excruciatingly painful if you are not the most nimble of individuals. What? You look up over at that. You see that there are guards patrolling around the exterior of this landscape. And you see that there appears to be a tower placed towards the center of it that has these 6 different sides looking out of it that has mounted up devils on top with ballistas aiming inside the pit, the sides of the pit, and out towards the city itself. The security here seems to be very, very in-depth. However, as you've all approached over here, you also see that there appears to be a little, nice, humble-looking building nearby. You look over at it, and there appears to be a couple of mortals sitting outside on chairs, waiting out a line that has an imp with a bow tie and a hat, currently going through paperwork.
Do we try to sneak by? Is that what we try, or are we trying to?
I don't know. I mean, from my experience with you guys, you aren't the most sneakiest of bunches, and this place is. He looks around, seems really heavily guarded.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe we check in. I mean, that nice building looks fine. What are those people doing there?
I don't know.
I don't know,
Way
but
to
that
find
one
out.
over there says Hotel California. Maybe we should check it out.
It does look like a lovely place.
Damn it, I was muted when I said that.
The imp looks over at you all and waves and gestures for you to approach. Come on, the tour's leaving in 15. Come on.
Oh,
Nice.
sure. What's the tour for?
Well,
Is it to
What?
check out the lake?
we're touring the perimeter of the Pit of Despair.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Oh shit! It's not an advantage. You know that. Normal. 31.
31 is still good.
It's
Yes, there will be a tour of the Pit of the Despair. However, you can see the way up there looks dangerous enough, but
He's gonna
you don't
drop
see
these
a
people into the
clear
lake.
way back down.
He's gonna drop. These are one-way. Tell him this is a one-way tour, isn't it?
He gives you a wink. Because, you know, you look kind of like a fiend right now.
Lovely. I mentally communicate to everyone one at a time. It's a one-way tour. Except for Samdi, because he has the boo 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 boo.
we're still connected.
Call
Let's
waiting.
discuss the-
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, he hears it through somebody else's mind that he's currently connected
Yeah.
to.
That also probably that, but like
We have
just
the link still,
while we're
yeah.
walking, we're just discussing the intricacies of turning people into coins.
Mm-hmm.
It is 1 gold, mortal gold piece per admitted individual. Only one. And you get to look at one of the most fierce and vile locations in all the hells. From a safe, respectful distance, of course. We are going to be going around the perimeter of this building. And, as we are traveling, of course, you will all take heed and warning that there is a demon, the only demon in all of the pit that resides, or in all of the hells that resides down here.
Through the earring, like, this could be our way in.
Tap Monkey on the shoulder. This could be our way in.
All right. That's a good plan there, Glenn. I mean, wait, I say, all right. That's awesome. Thank you, Brother Jack. I appreciate it.
Aww.
So
Okay.
Samdi looks at the imp.
Imp
So do I just
smiles.
give you a gold coin, or do I?
Yep, 1 gold piece. And he holds out his hand.
No contract.
No, of course not. It's just a tour.
Just I look at his hand.
I'll nod at Samdi. You can get mine from him.
I'll hand over mine.
I hold out 2 gold coins. They're wet.
Ew.
They've been in my bag of holding with a dragon turtle leg.
That's true.
That's where all my gold coins are.
In Inferno, I asked the imp, what do you even do with the gold?
I don't know. They feel like they're getting something out of it by giving it to us. And one of the people in the back says, in Broken Infernal, yes, I would like water.
I don't pay. I just walk in.
Yeah.
So I get the scan.
He does whisper to you, you do got wings, right? I see the 2 of them got
Yeah, of
wings,
course.
but the other ones, okay, they'll be fine.
I'm wondering how he's looking at Bart and Katarine. You know, with the bat wings and the fact that Bart looks like a fucking...
He doesn't seem to be a terribly observant individual. He kind of just like, yeah, of course you have wings, and then let you guys go. Like,
He probably assumes that you guys are like human-looking tieflings.
Yeah.
Or like, again, succubi and incubi, you know, just a little skimpy.
God, Bob would make a fantastic incubus.
I
you
let
would.
Monkey, Glenn, and Somni know, hey, you guys have a way of flying, right?
You saw me be a vulture earlier.
Yeah, but you could do that again, right? I know you have the wings. Monkey, do you have a way of flying?
He's currently floating on clouds.
I'm just making sure.
You
I don't
good?
know.
And he's
I
just
don't know
like,
I don't know if that flies, like if that only hovers like 10 feet off the ground and that's it, you know, like.
Nah, girl, I'm good.
Ooh.
What?
I can just put the wings on me. I pull out my violin and just have it on my side.
Alrighty. So, alrighty, everyone, we're moving through. Everybody, I hope you're all excited, and the 3 mortals like lean closer to you. I hear you get to see people being tortured here.
I'm going to, like,
oh.
as they lean in towards probably me, Glenn, and Monkey. I look over at her, or whatever that one was,
Yeah.
and I say, "You see that everywhere.
Really?
There are literally people being tortured on this tavern we were in."
Huh. Interesting.
I wonder if they're going to try to torture us when we get to the top.
But I hope they try and torture someone.
So he's just looking at. I'm looking at him. Can I get a vibe where, are they just extremely emo, or
Are they
are they
oblivious?
masochist?
Oh man, I was picturing American Tourists with the Hawaiian
So I was
shirts.
saying, I was about to be
on.
like Inferno.
The
Yeah.
cargo pants.
Probably American tourists.
And
Yeah.
the-
Him and Karen.
Hmm.
Just
Can I
In
just
Inferno?
insight?
everyone
why
in
they're-
Crocs.
like-
yeah.
Are they here like oblivious sightseers, or are they just like, oh great, we're in the hells, let's watch people get tortured or something?
You can strike up a conversation with them, but you can't really insight their motives.
Yeah, I was trying to insight their mood.
I look at
Their
the
mood is
imp's
excited to
tourists.
see torture.
So just why are you here?
Oh, well, I made this little deal. My child is going to be born, right? And they're going to be a tiefling. But because of that, I'm going to go to hell. So I figured I'd come here early and see some sights. The individual seems very regal and noble.
Wait, is your deal to have your child be born as a tiefling?
Yes, of course.
You know, you can just... Never mind.
What?
It's...
Is the individual not a tiefling?
No, they are not.
Okay.
They look human.
Yeah.
So, did you just want a tiefling child?
Yes, of course.
I'm assuming this person is whatever passes for Caucasian.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
As Samdi kind of just stares at her.
They smile.
You're the type of person that ends up a coin.
What?
I wish you luck. Anyway, and I look at some other ones. You said there were 3 mortals here?
3 mortals, yes.
Are they in separate groups or?
They all seem relatively close to one another.
So as we're like walking up the mountain, and why are you here?
The other one looks back at you. Oh, I was curious.
About hell?
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at Reese and I'm going to say, is there some kind of secret portal to hell that we haven't known about that just lets anyone in?
Yes. It's called Desire. And bad and consequences.
That's an odd name for it.
Desire and consequences.
But they don't seem dead yet.
I hear there's one in the basement of this Hooters on the outskirts of town.
Yeah. I asked them, right? How'd you get here? Did you just like teleport here? Did someone bring you here?
Oh, yeah. The devil I'm contracted to asked me to come.
I look at Zombie.
Very generous of them.
Right?
In his mind,
everyone gives them a bad rap.
consequences.
They do.
These people are just looking dead.
He's kind of just like dead-eyed staring at them. And he says to one of them, you know, you're a great cautionary tale.
Thank you.
I don't think you realize what that means. Hey, Reese.
Yes.
I'm going to need to employ you if I ever get any sort of deals done.
Of course. That's the reason why I cut in that last one. Intent and knowing what's equal is part of these dealings. Also, between me and you, in your mind, you hear desperate people make stupid decisions.
Don't.
I was shaking my head at the lizard meme you sent me.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't even.
Well,
I didn't get if you're
guilty consciences and all that.
I don't know what's happening anymore. So
That's
just
just
going to.
Just desperate people make bad decisions.
So,
Oh. Oh, that way. Okay, I get it now.
yes, desperate people.
Or
All
people
of
with
these-
desires.
Yeah, all of these people are privileged.
Yeah. Desires. Desperate and desiring.
Privileged white folks are the
Naivete.
hell's favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
No, the hell's favorite is naivete.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No.
Let's go on this tour, guys.
So, the first stretch of this, there is this very long, sloped ladder before you all. The ladder itself seems to move up into the sky over towards one of these landed protrusions of this mountainous area. It has walking boards as well as arm grips for you to hold onto the entire way up there. And, of course, everybody seems to be enjoying this wandering motion that they all get to make. As they are moving up to the top, those of you that can fly, I assume, are flying. Those of you that have to climb, you have to climb.
Yeah, flying over that shit. Nope.
And as a player,
Yeah, go ahead.
ahead.
Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say, as a player, it surprises me that no one asked how long the tour was. It could be like a 3-day tour.
I don't I don't think anyone cared.
Probably
They were gonna veer
We got
off the tour path as
44
soon as-
hours.
I got 44 hours. 43 probably.
The
at this
security
point.
they have is an imp. I think you guys can handle
I think we're
it.
fine.
Have you ever seen the inside of an alligator's mouth?
I mean, we gotta come over here anyway. So if anything, this is just kind of helping with that case.
No, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying surprised no one asked.
Yeah.
All right, sorry, I didn't mean it. Go ahead, Joey.
So, everybody, welcome to the tour of the Pit of the Despair. I'm sure all of you have heard about the wondrous tale of the demon we've captured here, right? Right? No? No!
I have it.
You haven't? Would you like me to tell you, young man?
Yeah. Happy they got called young.
Attention, yes, sir! Well, aren't you a very energetic one? Anyways, you see, back long ago, there was a battle against the demons and devils. The battle still rages on today. However, it was a much closer fight than we all would have appreciated. They were able to push through the first layer of the hells and start to move their way inside of the second. They had these ghastly, ghoulish creatures, as you know, most of them are. And, unfortunately, one of them seems to have been carrying with them this plagued disease. The disease itself was so incredibly intense, not even us devils were immune to its wiles. It wasn't until, of course, the great Despader stepped forth that we had a real fighting chance against it. Moving in and organizing our troops as best as he possibly can, it was a magnificent display of willpower and fiendish vigor that allowed us all to overcome this creature. However, this entity seemed a bit too powerful to be simply destroyed. What we managed to do instead was create a cage. He gestures out over the ravine where now you can see all the way out there this incredibly large cage that has filtering down little bits of dust falling off of it into this ravine. And we are not able to take it out, unfortunately. The cage itself harbors the creature inside. But of course, we are not capable of getting the creature out of the hells. It was then that we produced the pit itself. You see, the Pit of Despair is a magnificent creation. It is a hole into the abyss, based out of one of their own places that they have. We managed to have a scouting party go there and find a library, and we took this library. It is now ours, and we placed it in the pit. So as all of its disease and filth falls into the pit, it all filters down into that library, and the library filters it into their endless void of despair and chaos that they have. Any questions?
Just so I understand for lore purposes. So they took the library from where?
From the abyss.
Mm-hmm.
Demons could read?
Katarine's a wizard. She can read.
And place into the pit, and the library filters the plague back into the demon's realm.
That is correct.
Does
Very astute of you.
So I do have the library itself. Does it connect to anywhere else?
No. You see, it's one of the places on their hundreds of planes that they have. Much similar to our 9, they have hundreds or maybe even thousands at this point.
So chaotic.
It really is.
There's a ping through all the earrings. Do you want to take a bet that the plague is passing through the library into a realm with, demons, and then it's going to the material plane from there? Anyone up for betting?
I don't have any ring.
I really hope not. I don't really feel like going to the abyss today.
I guess that would make sense for that teleportation circle over there then. At the mills.
But that would imply that. Oh. Infernitus might be working partially in the abyss.
In for Hootie Wuddy.
No, this is through the earrings.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Never mind. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's like
We
all of us
finally
struggle with that.
We finally made the DM misunderstand.
Mhm.
Just like walking through a US Army base and going, so I'm Hussein.
So we'll
Also
have to
in
see.
for Hootie.
But so we'll have to see. But
So from what I'm understanding, this thing is making a moss fall off of it, and it's falling into like a pit to the abyss.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Horrible.
I asked him, what stops like someone from just showing up and, banishing the demon?
Well, despite how close it may appear on this side, the demon itself is actually close to 6 miles away from us right now. And as it is so incredibly far away, we are not that concerned about it. And also, it is laid with, some of the strongest magical protections. And all of the glyphs are on the inside of the iron cage that is inside of. So you would have to literally get yourself inside of its prison, read the glyphs and see clearly with all that dust that's in there, not die to the chaotic demon while it is doing so that has no understanding of friendship, loyalties, or anything else. And then banish it. But when we tried banishing it, the magic required seemed a bit too powerful, so we couldn't. Unfortunate.
Why didn't you guys just drop it into the hole that you guys made? Oh, it's just a trophy, huh?
The creature did not wish to return to its home. So placing it there, it would simply walk out and
It would just
continue
come to the hole.
terrorizing. Yes.
Yeah. Makes sense. Interesting.
Look down and tentatively reach out with my mind in abyssal and just like, you good down there?
Oh, it's hanging over top of this pit.
Oh, look up.
So
sorry.
there are 10 chains that stretch all the way from this mountain's edge over towards a large cage that is suspended over the pit that has all of the dust falling down into it, making it that cruddy look.
So, same again, but looking up. You good up there?
And it's also miles away from you.
Yeah, it's just an attempt.
No real connection, unfortunately.
Well, this will be in the earrings as well. Well, now that we're here, the fuck are we looking for again?
through the earrings, a portal that leads to our material plane.
Or someone channeling it.
Right. Worth asking our little tour guide if there have been any visitors that haven't come back. Well, I suppose that's a pretty long list.
Might be worth it.
Yeah, but I'll turn to the tour guide. So, you bring people up here quite regularly, yes?
Oh, yes. And he gives you a wink.
Indeed. Have there been any that chose of their own volition to stay up here recently?
He looks from side to side. No, of course not.
We're in the business of seeking out a group of people who might be up here.
Well, sorry, I can't help you with that.
Insight.
Go for it.
Ugh.
12. All right, let me roll. The little shit's hiding something.
I mean, I don't need an insight check to know that.
Yeah, I know.
Look, how far away are the tourists?
They're standing a little ways back, like looking down over the pit, while holding onto the rope railing that's there. That, mind you, does not look well put together enough that you would feel secure leaning onto that.
Yeah. Look here. We all know what's going to happen to your little side project here. We're not interested in intervening. But, in the interests of us not making things more difficult for this particular batch, why don't you tell me what you actually know?
Intimidation.
I don't think you see anything going on. I don't think anything happens around here without you seeing it happen. And I don't think these people would have been particularly subtle on their way up. So, spill the beans, or I spill the beans.
Akaden, I highly encourage you to listen to him.
All right, advantage part.
What did you say it was? Intimidation, persuasion?
Yeah. Intimidation.
I mean, they're both up plus.
You're threatening his job.
You have advantage.
Oh, God.
Thank
Thank
God.
Christ.
Advantage. Ah, yeah.
I assisted you, yeah.
11, he might just start pissing on you. 24, he is not going to piss on you.
Not voluntarily, at least.
All right. He'll lean over. One of the servicing lords have been... It went down there not that long ago.
The servicing lords.
Yeah. He came up here to bring a few unwitting victims onto our tour. And, well, when we got to the second chain, he stayed behind, and on my way back, I didn't see him, and nobody's seen him since.
What is a servicing lord?
There's somebody who's in charge of a localized area that service one of the lords.
Do you have a name for the servicing lords?
I really don't want to piss off any of the greater devils.
Just
name
nod,
the Lord
just
of
nod,
something.
or shake your head no, and she'll connect mentally. Sit in for Nightus.
How the fuck did she know? He just like blinks at you. I can't do that. That would be betraying them.
Understood.
Look, just show us which direction that second chain is in, and we'll leave you to your tour.
He nods.
I'm gonna. How far is he?
About 10 feet or so away.
Okay, I'm gonna use a sorcery port to extend, and I'm gonna rip out his heart out of range.
Oh, no, he's...
He's in the middle of giving a tour. But okay.
He'll be alright.
Knowing that this is something that Reese does, can I just
He's subtle. He's
stop
subtle
him?
cast. He's
No,
subtle.
I'm
cast.
extending
He's
it.
subtle
No
casting?
idea.
Range cast
You have
it.
no idea he's casting.
Yeah,
this.
No,
he range
You
cast.
He's
see
range
it? I just
casted.
lift my
Oh, so can I just stop him? Not now. There's no need. Save this spell.
I tell her in her head. He knows what he knows. He's going to betray you. He has no obligation to mortals. He has all the obligations to this guy.
Do I overhear any of that?
Yeah, of course.
I'll just ping back in the earring. You know I could just obliterate him from existence, right? Seems easier.
Inside the group conversation.
And I will point out, he was speaking as if the Lord had come by, not that he serves that Lord, just that he had come by.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm going to, Idris, if you try it, I will counter it. And I don't think we need to waste any resources, so...
I don't do it then. I go. Okay. If he does something, and now I speak in your head, right? Because now I don't want to say anything out loud. And I go, if he does anything, or he leads you guys astray, and know that our insurance on him is not there. There's nothing that stops him from lying to us now. 'Cause you're dropping names.
Keep in mind, devils cannot lie. They can extend the truth, they can manipulate it, but they cannot lie. Reese, you are intimately knowledgeable about this. They can, devils physically cannot lie.
Okay.
So, here's the thing. Sometimes, just being a blip on someone's radar is better than destroying someone and having someone else higher up investigate.
That's true. That's true. He does serve someone. And we were warned not to mess with the under people. So yeah, you make a point there.
Right. So, he'll probably have to clean up the shit out of his pants after all of this, but then that will be the last that he will think of us. Let's keep it that way.
Okay.
Now, back over to Bart's conversation. Hey, why are you guys looking into all of this anyways? Has something happened?
We're trying to prevent something from happening. It's better for your total sanity and probably avoiding getting wrapped up in it all that you don't know. Something from the higher-ups, above your pay grade.
You know, that's fair. Alright, yeah, I'm down for it. And he...
Wow. Now I feel like a dick.
I mean, to be fair, Sanity was all for another heart.
Ooh, another one.
Slimy yet satisfying. But jokes aside, Sanity's... No?
Do you? Yeah, it's just Bart turns to the little imp or the tour guide. So, you want me to push them, or do you like to save it the pleasure for yourself?
Oh no, see, I usually just abandon them around like the third or fourth chain. And then I close off the ropes. It is hilarious. Do you want to watch?
Normally, maybe, but unfortunately, the boss has business to get to, so...
Mentally to the imp, I'd say I'd love to watch.
Oh yeah, come on. And you guys are heading the opposite direction if you gotta go look for the second chain. Just so Monkey doesn't have to see that happen, or Glenn.
Cat will shepherd Monkey and Glenn away so that Bardakov and Samdi can have their fun.
I don't. I follow them to the second chain.
Yeah, let's go.
Well then, as you guys are traveling in your respective areas, heading over towards the second chain, you're able to fly and move and go about however you all see fit. However, as you are approaching closer towards it, you eventually hear Samdi chuckling from afar before he hurriedly catches up to all of you. Exactly like that.
I can't believe that one person just wanted a tiefling child. I mean, I
Desperate.
think of 1,000 different ways of doing that.
Well, also, isn't that generally considered to be a disadvantage, socially speaking?
Unless you sort to look at them as sort of like having a pet.
But she wasn't going to keep it.
She's
But
probably
yeah,
seduced
she-
by Cameron, right? Or
She
some other
literally,
crazy devil.
literally, the details that she shared with her contract was that she gets to have a tiefling child and then gets sent to hell.
No, when she dies, she goes to hell. So she's coming here to see what's like it beforehand.
I thought that was the other dude.
No, that's the same one.
Oh, yeah. She's probably obsessed with some devil, right? Like,
Or it's an
like you-
oddity.
yeah, and she wanted probably that person's child. Like, who knows?
And I thought, no, you already received enough abuse from Bart. I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Now, there's devils out there that just kind of manipulate you in ways that, like, makes you believe that they're the gods or they're the ones in control.
Right. And
It's just
you
how
know,
it be.
sometimes people who have money are looking for the newest shiny thing, and sometimes that newest shiny thing cannot be bought.
I know that way too well. So, the second chain.
So, as you all are walking precariously around this area, or flying, whichever one you wish to do, you end up approaching over towards what can only be described as an outpost. You see up underneath the outpost that there is a seated imp currently relaxing. On top of it, there appears to be a chain devil that is actively trying to do something for their patrol. And then you see the imp looks over at you all a bit strangely and quickly looks away over towards the pit.
Down there.
This is a different imp, not the escorting one.
Oh, okay.
The escorting one's still doing their job.
Quotes. Air quotes, job.
Yeah.
I'd consider this more of a hobby.
So, as you all fly over, the imp looks over at you. Excuse me, but you're not permitted to be here.
Why would that be?
Because this is the pit of despair. Only those of us appointed to watch it are permitted to be here. And none of you work for Dis.
No, but we are looking for a servicing lord who disappeared, and this is the last place he was seen.
Don't know anything about a servicing lord.
Can I insight that?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Sure.
inside as well. I'm
Sure.
gonna use one of my
Yeah.
advantages.
Go for it.
Yeah!
Ooh.
On a second.
So,
I did the
like-
same.
Wait.
Oh,
I rolled a
shit.
nav one, but
So, as a future thing, Reese, only two
Yeah,
people can
oh,
engage
two,
at a time.
sorry.
So, Samdi and Cats are the ones that are being counted for.
Roger that.
All right, let me roll for them.
whatever, if you roll a nav one.
Yeah. Came to expect that. So, Samdi, did you use your advantage? Because 8 is different than 10.
I did not.
Okay. 8. Definitely hiding something and being remarkably shady. Cat, 20, however.
The one time I roll well at insight.
There's 3 things. 1, this imp seemed to recognize you all for some reason as you were coming over here. They seemed concerned when they recognized you all. And there is this little bit of energy wafting off of them that makes them seem more powerful than an imp should be from their status of creature, which means they are being granted more power for some reason.
Oh yeah, we get to find the buffed up imps.
Can I real quickly cast see invisibility again?
Sure.
Stealthily.
Subtle, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I have people to this day who are like, I want to stealthily cast this spell. I'm like,
Sorry,
no,
yes.
that's not what you do. You subtly
Yes.
cast it.
I subtly cast it thanks to me
Yeah.
being a bullshit man.
Some people think that you can quietly gesture, speak clearly, concisely, and, you know.
I mean, if it's somatic only,
Yeah, but somatic verbal, you know, people try doing that.
yeah,
And
almost everything's verbal.
and
yes.
material, like, that's not a subtle thing.
There's a reason why I picked up that meta magic.
It's a great meta magic to have.
Yeah.
So, as you cast that, you look around yourself. Samdi, there is a flaming crown connected to the skull of this creature that has little bits of bugs falling down from it that you didn't see before. There's a very dark colored flame that seems to be enveloping its body as well, that you couldn't see before either. This imp is juiced up.
I believe I heard the description that the Lord of this has a crown of fire, right? That's what Reese said when we were
Yeah,
discussing it.
It's like
So
the
I'm going to-
one noticeable feature about him is that
Yeah.
he has a thing of fire on his head.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a crown though. I think it's just fire, isn't it?
He has fire erupting from his. Think Hades
Yeah.
from Hercules.
Now I just have Hades, but it's
Yeah,
red
it's-
and then it goes
Great
blue.
movie.
Yeah. See, now I have the 3 oracles singing in my head, so that's gonna be my day. Be a hero.
Wherever you step.
Anyways,
No, anyway, I'm going to quickly connect to Reese and I'm going to say he might be contracted to this Bader originally. He has a crown of fire.
What color?
Invisibly red.
Red?
However, his body is enveloped by a black fire.
dark fire. Not
Dark
exactly
fire.
black, it's just a lot darker in tone. Reese, he has been imbued with hellfire,
Yeah, I assumed.
and only a
Yeah.
greater devil of some variety can grant that to an imp. But usually imps ask for promotions, which means religion check, Reese.
Oh,
Let's see what
Which
you know
means a
about this.
higher pay
I
grade.
think I got this last time. Well, they transform, don't they? Let me check. 23.
Whatever devil you are beholden to, typically speaking, you will get promoted. You know, move up to a chain devil, or a lemur to an imp up to a slightly higher devil to a chain devil, so on and so forth. Which means the extra power being granted to this imp is not from who they are beholden to, not to who they serve. Somebody else is granting them extra
Oh.
power.
Okay. And I speak up. Who are you contractually obligated to, if you don't mind me asking?
I serve
Please.
Despader.
Directly Despader?
Yes, of course.
And who does he serve?
Despadus serves Asmodeus.
I drop the disguise self, showing the symbol of Asmodeus on my breastplate, and I do too.
Oh, very good.
I come here on a mission to make sure that the foothold of Asmodeus stays strong in the city we're in. There is a third party that is being a blight in that material plane who is slandering the names of Asmodeus. We're here to fix it under his name.
Kat, with your previous insight, he is sweating during this conversation. Not physically sweating, but like there's definitely
Now,
he's dreading it.
That being said, is there any reason why you would not allow us to go down there?
Yes, because this is Despadus territory, and there must be an order to be beholden. If you do not have permission from Despada, you are not allowed down there.
So, look at it this way, right? We're not from this plane. We're only here for a certain amount of time. Now, how would that look if Asmodeus, the great being he is, you know, the controlling person he is, has people here to solve an issue that is affecting one of his foothold in the material plane?
Do you have a sigil of his that show that he is expecting you to be here doing this?
Wait, not. Give me a second. I might be able to bullshit something. Give me a second.
Santi just like from one side of his mouth just like says, "Rip out his heart."
Yeah. Well, he's directly working for the Spader, so it's not
This
a
is
good.
a load of barnacles.
Yeah. Kat will
Rip out
as
his
Reese
heart.
is as Reese is digging through everything, she's going to cast Modify Memory on the imp.
Ooh, okay. What saving throw is that?
As I see the smoke coming out of her, like I always do, I am going to unsettling presence him. So he has to make an
Let's
advantage.
go! I rolled
And then I'm gonna attempt modifying memory on the chain devil that's right next to him.
Oh, he's not next to him. He's up on the tower patrolling.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so it's Modify Memory, and it's that we do have a letter from
Penned by Asmodeus himself.
No, it just I would say some like I'm gonna let him fill in the the details on it because it does allow that, but it's like there was a letter with the appropriate signatures saying that we are here under Asmodeus's name, looking for this missing servicing lord out of concern for him. You know, like playing it that way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Monkey oblivious. I got this. Have you heard the good word of monkey? No.
God damn it,
She'll want
monkey.
to jump off after about 5 minutes of this.
Which is nice because you did that right when I was reaching into my bag, so that's good.
I'm just.
Let me pull this. Oh.
Excuse me while I whip this out.
It's good that it wasn't Bart that says that because it'd just be, have you heard the good word of the ooze?
Alrighty. So, you modified his memory, and he seems to be very confused with that instruction based off of other things. Well, listen, it's good that you guys came here. I know that you have permission to be here and all that jazz. However, we do require a day's notice in order to set things up properly for all of you. Things have not been properly set up. So if you want to spend just a small bit of time here in this tower, I'll go down and make sure that the pathway is cleared out for you before you start to descend.
I also would suggest that perhaps that, considering we don't have that much time, and it's such of a grave concern, to make an exception this time. I understand it's not normally how things work, but you can understand there's such dire circumstances.
The chain devil looks over at them. For fuck's sake, they have permission. Let them go. Sure. Then I'll just be right in front of you as we're heading down there, all right?
Lovely.
Perfect. I appreciate the distance.
Can I just enter his mind real quick?
Yeah.
Just-
Shit, I'm supposed to stop him. But how the fuck did they get permission for? Oh, why did I receive that message yesterday? And wait, what was I eating again? Shit. Oh, shit.
Did I get myself
Lord
in this impossible situation?
Lord Infinitus is going to be so upset with me.
And then there's a connection through the earrings, so everyone is like, it does seem to be Infinitus we are facing. Be very prepared.
I'm assuming Reese and Monkey were just oblivious, right? We're just like,
I'm oblivious to most of the stuff that happens
Yeah,
unless
it's through
Glenn's
the
talking to me.
earrings. It's through the earrings, and then directly connected to Monkey and to Reese. And it's don't you dare say a word to Monkey. Like we're not, just play along.
Yeah. And
As
I've never heard of this monkey god before. It sounds silly.
He is.
No, Monkey, why don't you tell him about what the beliefs are?
Not necessary. I'll keep walking.
Yeah, and that was a joke earlier.
way.
Monkey didn't really say that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
lead of the way.
Have you heard the good word about the hairstyling?
And you understand because of the status of we're in, I have to re-incognito myself, right?
Yes.
So I do
Yes,
the thing and I
Of course.
Collected.
Of course. Of
Definitely.
course. Yeah. Not a problem.
As I'm going through the earrings, I'm going to say he's going to warn Infinitus the first chance he gets. And he does call him Lord, so if that makes any sense. So yeah. And I speak to Reese directly. If you still have it in you to rip out another imp's heart. Although I don't know if you can kill him outright.
yeah, if he's a little bit stronger than the average
juiced.
imp.
I'm stronger than the average imp.
Yeah, if he might be stronger than the average imp, but the chances of him surviving me ripping out his heart are still pretty slim because he's still an imp. But if they're aware of us coming in any kind of way, that might mean they know some of our capabilities. And I'm notoriously known for ripping out hearts.
I wonder
Oh.
why.
I will also relay that he did receive a message yesterday. Was it yesterday that he said?
That was probably Cat's memory.
Mm-hmm. No, that was from someone jumping in.
No,
Yeah, that
he.
was-
Someday.
Yeah, that was Cat's Modify that he
Yeah, that's Cat's
received.
modified.
He received yesterday a notice that y'all were supposed to be allowed down there, and he's like, "Oh shit."
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
All of you have
Love
your
that.
magics and charms situated on yourselves, correct? Poisons, diseases, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I drink some antitoxin, and then I'll cast. I go, what's down there, specifically?
Should be nothing. Just all the disease.
All the the diseases. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah, we should be fine.
I guess let's
Leading the way.
yep, take this chain here and just start walking and walking and walking. What's everybody's passive? Highest passive, please.
Reese.
Me?
Which is
20 something. Where were we at?
24.
24.
oh, that's high enough. He's trying
Yeah.
to lead you across the chain, but roughly about 50 feet away from you, there appears to be a metallic ladder that leads inside.
Okay.
Yeah.
I assume they're going down that ladder, right? And I speak out loud.
Oh, yes, the ladder. I forgot about that.
So we're going down the ladder.
It seemed to be very forgetful.
It's been a long shift, you know. 13 years.
It's okay. As someone who's in their late 200s, I get it.
200 years on your shift? That is horrible.
Asmodeus' servants are eternal.
Yes, they are. So, you all continue over towards the ladder, and those of you that can fly down, and those of you that can climb down. As you are entering into the pit, I just want to clarify something with you all. Who here is not currently immune to disease?
I
believe that is.
Where did Bardock have that?
High five, Bart!
Right?
High five, Bart! High five!
No STD crew. Woo!
Yeah, he's really helpful in Bart's case, but also.
can I roll a dex save for
I'm
the
just kinda-
resist disease?
What'd you say, Samdi? What?
I was making a joke. Can I roll a dex save against the disease?
Oh yeah, you'll fail regardless.
I was gonna say I'm kind of counting on the whole like lay on hands afterwards.
Why not? I'm gonna cast. Wait, does that do diseases? Oh no, it doesn't. Never mind.
Protection from good and evil.
No, protection from poison.
Yeah,
that's
that only
that's
does.
a high level.
No. It's a level 2 spell, and it's in the lute, or it's in the violin. But
Well,
yeah, it doesn't
you
do
are
anything.
aware that the disease does poison you.
Oh, now I'm gonna cast it on myself.
Okay.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
It's only one person.
I know. I'm teasing.
Sometimes
But
the
it's not a
support has to care about
concentration spell.
themselves.
Yeah, that's why I did it.
I do have advantage against poison, but not disease. Just so you're aware.
So, as you're all moving down there, for all of you that are not immune to disease, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Just doing a second advantage.
Uh-huh.
Also using my advantage.
Aw, son of a fuck.
21.
Well, you are
Am
in
I
Bart's
within
aura,
aura,
so
so
17.
So 25.
Uh-huh.
Where's the Constitution?
And Monkey, clarify something to me. Are you immune to the poison condition, or is it just the damage type?
Just advantage against being poisoned.
Okay, that's fine. Unfortunately, the way that this ability is worded, it is a save against the disease. While diseased in this manner, you are under the poison condition, and then other words.
20.
Perfect.
I am going to use.
You used
with
your
my
spell.
lefties.
You have advantage.
Oh,
You used your
I
spell.
thought it
you
was
have
against.
advantage.
It doesn't do it against diseases. That's why. I was
Oh,
wondering.
never mind then. You don't have advantage. Yeah, go ahead,
Yeah.
Lucky.
Yeah, I'm never. Use a lucky, so I have one left. Worse. Yeah, I'm fine. I'll be good. 9 plus the aura.
So, Cat is just barely successful,
Ah!
and Reese failed. Everyone else is successful. As you start heading down into this pocket, and you end up covering your mouths and nose as best as you can, those of you that are trying to stave it off and make sure you're not really inhaling too much of it. Unfortunately, Reese, you get winded halfway down the ladder, and oh shit, you just breathed in a big puff, and
I mean, I can hold my breath in for a fucking time.
so Reese, you are under the disease condition. While diseased in this manner, you are under the poisoned condition, which gives you disadvantage on all attack rolls and ability checks you make until you are no longer poisoned or diseased in this manner.
Diseases.
Yeah, they're bad. Now that you're down inside of this pit, the wafting of the air and the constant debris of dust falling upon you makes visibility very strained here. Reese, you notice very quickly, actually anybody with a passive of 15 or higher
Nope.
would notice very quickly that the imp is trying to sneak away, but like trying not to make it look obvious, just using the dust and smoke make it their excuse.
Where are you going? You're gonna lead us this way, I thought.
Oh, I'm gonna lead you in the proper
You said you'd be
direction.
in front of us. Yes.
Yes, of course. I'm just looking for this rope I need over here.
Are you going against what you told us?
No, of course not.
Okay.
I would never do such a thing. And he picks up a rope and starts wandering across it. Reese, you can pick up the rope and hand it to everybody else to use as well.
Yeah.
He's clearly trying to do whatever he can not to help y'all, but he's kind of bound to help y'all.
I whispered to Bartakov, Bartakov, do you have any of that good touch?
5 points, remove disease. You hack out a large portion of it onto the ground, and the imp immediately snaps their head backwards as that happens.
It's Musaka in my throat.
Was that divine magic?
No, it was Musaka. I willed Asmodeus' magic. I do divine magic.
Well, no, Asmodeus' magic isn't technically divine in nature. He's saying divine as in celestial or lay on hands. And
I mean, technically, paladins aren't divine.
They are.
Their power comes from their oath, not.
Yes, but that is a divine type of power. That is your own divinity. It doesn't come from the heavens. It comes from your power, your word. It's divine, quote unquote.
That's the one thing I never got with the redesign.
Yeah.
That'll be alright.
All paladins should be lawful good without exception. No, fucking with you. That'd be so boring.
Okay, I got that part, but like, having it be divine, but
My
still be
catchphrase
based on
becoming a
word.
begone thought.
Well,
I go. He's an outside resource. Just continue.
well, what specifically are you all looking for down here?
As I said, we were looking for a servicing lord who has gone missing.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you're just going to scour the entire pits until you find them?
We were hoping
Yeah.
that you could help us find a place that, there's likely to be.
Sure, I have a few different ideas. Samdi in his head. Shit, alright, I need to take them everywhere except the library. That should keep them busy for at least 12 hours.
Samdi is going to quickly, mentally say, suggest the library.
Oh, there's a lot of knowledge there. Yeah, the library sounds good.
Why would a servicing lord be in the library?
Because the greatest weapon is knowledge.
That sounds corny as fuck.
I read it on the back of a milk carton.
It's a fortune cookie. Know your enemies and know yourself, right? That involves knowledge, so.
Fine.
I heard it was some dude named Sozan. He wrote the Gart of War, so.
My God.
See, my mind went immediately to Avatar instead, and I was like, oh yeah, Sozan's Comet, that's right.
Yeah.
There's different types of nerds. Alrighty.
Of course.
As you are traveling with this imp, Samdi, you hear his mind going between different scenarios, different examples, different things that he can possibly do. Trying to find a way out of this as best as he can, and he seems to come to the realization that he's going to have to bring you there, and he's going to have to try to fight you all.
Yep.
And eyeing everyone up, he seems to deem that Reese might be the easiest target of the group because he talks too much.
Yeah.
That's literally his thought process. The talker's usually the weak one. All right, I should focus that guy. He actually seems to know what he's doing. Shit.
Yeah, Samdi is going to speak up for a second. How long until the library from here?
Shouldn't be too long.
Is the mental thing the same, or is he like...
Yeah, he's just trying to find ways to say as little as possible.
Is there anything in there we should be concerned with?
Well, I'm sure there's something down here you should be concerned with. If there's all of this debris and soot and everything like that, it has to, not be great.
Outside of the normal stuff, like, is there any more devils in there that we gotta talk with, or there?
Devils shouldn't be down here in the pit, anyways.
Magical sigils that we should be aware of.
Magical seagulls.
Sigils.
I don't really know that much about magic or anything like that, honestly. When they summoned it here, I'm sure there was probably something around.
Oh, I mean, you had to have been there. You know where you're going, so.
Well, you requested that I bring you all here, right?
Yeah,
right?
of course.
Right.
Yes. Right. Again, going against us is like going against the will of Asmodeus. We are his fists.
Not going against you all.
Yeah, you'll be good. Again, once we're done with what we're doing, you'll just escort us out, and then we'll go about our day. We don't even have to pretend like we know each other. We can put all this behind us.
Perfect.
I'm going to mentally speak to Reese for a second. He is going to fight us.
Lovely. When we get close, I guess we'd let everyone else know,
Just wondering if you, just so you know, that if we want to, deal with him beforehand.
I want to make sure we know where the place is before we jump him.
Yeah, it didn't say right now. And I'll mentally communicate, be prepared for him to turn on us. As I pop back into the little imp's mind. The swole imp.
The beefy imp, just.
Yes, the magic swole.
You told Monkey as well, right? Mentally.
I can.
Oh.
Well, I could, but I don't feel like popping into Monkey's mind.
Right. Yeah. I guess Glenn would just tap Monkey. He's like, looks like something's gonna pop off soon. Just wait for the signal.
Yep, as always.
Yeah.
Where Reese is dangerous territory. Monkey's mind is something I never want to touch.
Like, no.
Yeah, if you haven't noticed, he doesn't really come in here, which is nice. Come on in. Come in.
You can plan all you want. I am convinced you are going to.
I've been waiting.
I've been waiting. I prepared a tea set for us. No.
When we get near the library, let me know.
Alrighty. Well, visibility down here seems to be roughly about 20 feet. However, you do begin to see the outlines of some type of structured building up ahead of you all. As you make out that outline, Reese specifically, you can sense the hesitation inside of the imp. The slowed movement, trying to watch the ground and audibly saying, I need to watch our step here and all right, make sure we don't step on that. Ooh, you could trip on that rock. And all things like that.
I'm gonna attempt to hold monster subtly.
And as you do that, I'm going to call the session here because I have to run to the bathroom again. And then
Hey!
So, players, thank you for playing. Viewers, thank you for watching. Hope you had a great time. See ya.
Bye.